prep, but I came home and I found some vegetables and some beans and some spinach, and I think it's the beginnings of soup. So I think maybe that's what we should do. Let's, I got the knives, and what are we doing? I think we're just doing some chopping, so I'll just use this baby. And I have a ceramic, and what I have going on here is, let's just get that edge where it needs to be. Good at edging the knife. Now there are people that think that that's what this is, and you're supposed to go this way and it protects your hand, but why would you even bother doing that when you could just go out? Enough of that. Sorry, had to get that clear. All right, well, let's give you an idea of what's going on. How much am I going to make? Size of the pot would be the next thing, right? So I have this size pot, which is a good size one. I don't need to make that much. I think I'm gonna go with this size pot. This is an 3-quart. There we go. It is a 3-quart, 2.8 liter, 7-inch pot. And I'm gonna put this on just the one burner, and I'll just go medium heat, and I'm gonna put just a little bit of oil on the bottom. This is just avocado oil. And let's start with the onion. Sorry. Having trouble, I did not bring something home for taping. There, that's a little better. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the onion in half. Always makes a mess when you do an onion. I'm gonna take half of this onion, stick it in a plastic bag, and just put that, here's my pile for going into the refrigerator. And let's peel this onion and take off this little butt. I'm always doing the onion first, and it's always just ruining my cutting board, everything else, but I have plenty of cutting boards, so I could do 2, but I'm gonna take all of this scrap and I'm gonna put it on a paper towel. Just to have a pile for my trash, and now I can deal with this onion. Let me wipe this off. Okay, just to get that peel off. Of course, you go through a lot of paper towels. So what I'm going to do, this onion, is I now have it halved. I'm gonna take my knife and just carefully go through about that much, and then do another one. Okay, it's still together. It's just got these 2 slices in the middle, right? Now I'm gonna take it and there's half, and I'm gonna go a few times on one side, and then on the other. Right, you see it's already falling apart. And then just take my knife and go down, and you can see it just makes pieces perfectly. Just so I have uniform pieces. When you get down to this end piece, you can just kind of chop it. And I have enough onion here. I don't need this little butt piece, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, so I'm gonna take this onion and put it in a pot. If I can do that. Okay, so we have this onion going. I have a spoon, I have many spoons here. Let's go with this one. And we're gonna turn this up a little bit more. And we're gonna cook these onions down and get them going. We'll put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. A little bit more. Because I'll be salt and pepper all the way through. And I'm gonna get those starting to go. Okay, so we have it's okay to have an oniony counter because it's all going in the same pot, right? I'm gonna go celery next. And I'll take off the end of the celery, put it in my little trash pile. Take off this part of the celery too. Just the celery's getting there, so I'm just gonna chop this up and put this in. So I don't want them huge pieces, so like I'm cutting them up into strips. Okay, I'm gonna have those strips put together, and I can just go down as we get closer. Okay. All uniform size pieces. You know, no issues. Put this in the pot. Okay. So I have onions and celery in here going. All right, carrots. A bunch of these carrots out. And I'll just put them in like little groups of 3 and chop them into little rings. We just have little round pieces. They'll be in the soup. It's just one little weird one. 4 left here. Okay. Just put these in too. All right, so a little mirepoix going right. A little bit more oil. It was talking to me. And I'm going to do a little bit more salt. A little bit more pepper. And just keep that going. I have just the one burner going, so it's not too awfully high. Okay. Put these back in the fridge. So I got a pile going for back in the fridge. These are going back in the fridge. Okay, so we got some potatoes and green beans and What else are we doing? Let's go for the potatoes. Another hearty thing to stick in there, right? I'm just gonna put a couple of potatoes. Can you rinse these off? And these are gonna go in whole as far as no peeling. I'm gonna put 3 stripes in that potato. Around 4 pieces, right? I'm gonna cut 2 this way. Now we kind of have French fries, and then I can now make them into squares. And there we go. That's 1. Put this one to 3 pieces also. 2 that way. Put those down a little bit more right there. Okay. Put these in. Alright. I'm gonna go a little bit more salt. A little bit more pepper. And just let those go. I'm gonna rinse this off. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing next here? We have these going. And then here's where I'm gonna go next. I have this bone broth that I need to use. I think I'm going with that. It's always a matter of opening this. They give you like a tear notch, and it's gonna be tough. See if we can get a little bit of height here. Okay. I'm gonna let you watch me do this. Yep, I'm going in with the knife. Okay. I think I got this open. Yes. Okay, so bone broth's going in. Or into the trash pile. Alright. So we have some vegetables, potatoes, bone broth. Gonna need to taste that and see how much salt and stuff we have going on. But I'm gonna bring that up to a temperature. And I'm gonna put in some green beans and some spinach towards the very end. And you know what else I might put in there? Maybe for some body is hominy. So I'm gonna put hominy. We're just gonna go vegetables all the way. Green beans, spinach towards the end. And that's gonna be our soup for the evening just to keep us warm. Really easy stuff, guys. Try it. Talk soon.